Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would also like to thank Francesco Rutelli for again organizing this 4th edition of the Soft Power Conference. As always, it is a great honor to be here. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation to the Mayor of Venice, Luigi Brugnaro, and the Fondazione Giorgio Cini for hosting this important event in this stunning city and beautiful venue. As some of you may know, last March, the UN 2023 Water Conference culminated with a breakthrough response to the global water crisis. Governments, businesses, and civil society committed to advance the water agenda and bring forward innovative solutions on a global scale. Demand for water is continuously rising. However, decades of misuse, poor management, over-extraction of groundwater, and contamination of fresh water supplies have further exacerbated water stress. Countries are now facing growing challenges linked to degraded water-related ecosystems. Unless progress and efforts quadruple, billions of people will lack access to basic services in 2030. Not that far away. The inadequate rate of progress on water and sanitation highlights the need to explore opportunities through partnerships and cooperation. The UN World Water Development Report 2023, Partnerships and Cooperation for Water, explores this theme across regions in relation to agriculture, environment, human settlements, industry, health, and climate change. We urgently need to tackle the water crisis and set the world back on track to promote the conservation of the ocean and a sustainable use of its resources. There must be no hesitation in mobilizing these action areas if we are to get closer to achieving SDGs 6 and 14, quote, clean water and sanitation, unquote, and quote, life below water, respectively, by 2030, rather than distancing ourselves from these goals. Throughout the last few years, and every summer, the need to make progress has become even more obvious, as we witness firsthand the effects of climate change across the world. In Europe and the Mediterranean alone, marine heat waves and significantly high temperatures have been registered, the values exceeding the average temperature for July by 6 degrees Celsius. Sorry, the English brings me Fahrenheit. Celsius, 5 to 6 degrees Celsius. This has caused wildfires, severe drought, and water shortage. And these represent just a few of the devastating impacts in the region. This year, variable drought conditions continue to affect large parts of Europe. July, following a record-breaking heat wave, was the hottest month ever recorded, as we heard before. Southern Europe suffered from a severe lack of rain and unstable weather conditions, causing tragic loss of life, injury, and extensive damage due to catastrophic flash floods. These extreme shifts in the atmosphere are causing devastation throughout the region, with massive socioeconomic implications. 10 days ago, the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, brought to the public's attention that the high-impact weather in many parts of the world that continue this summer of extremes, and that these occurrences will become the new normal. But this prospect must push us further to make changes where possible in order to protect our environment. To regenerate life in our planet, foster resilience and fight the climate crisis, a systematic vision around the interconnection of all water bodies is fundamental. As part of this vision, integrated water resource management is decisive, not to say essential, for nature and humanity to thrive. To this end, collaboration between all soft power players, from citizens to companies, civil societies, cities and countries, will be key. Political will and solidarity can and should play an instrumental role in pursuing economic and social prosperity in a water-insecure world. In this scenario of international cooperation, UNESCO is the only UN agency working in an interdisciplinary manner, focusing both on water-related issues and marine sciences through its intergovernmental science programs. Firstly, the UNESCO Intergovernmental Hydrological Program, known as IHP, is the only intergovernmental cooperation program of the UN system dedicated to water research and management, education, and capacity development. IHP addresses national, regional, and global water challenges by supporting the development of sustainable and resilient societies. The network includes 36 Category 2 centers, 66 UNESCO water-related chairs, 169 national committees, and 18 initiatives involving more than 1,500 experts worldwide. Its strategic plan for the current 9th phase has identified science for a water-secure world in a changing environment as a priority. Likewise, the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO, known as IOC, is the UN focal point for ocean science. It spurs global efforts to better study and observe the ocean. IOC leads the Ocean Decade, which was established 2021 to 2030. It seeks to stimulate ocean science and knowledge generation, reverse the decline of the state of the ocean, and catalyze new opportunities for sustainable development of this massive marine ecosystem. A core objective of the Ocean Decade is to achieve a better understanding of the ocean system and change humanity's relationship with it. Its vision, to promote the science we need for the ocean we want, is a step in the right direction. I also take this opportunity to mention that one of the pillars of the decade is ocean literacy, i.e., the understanding of the ocean's influence on us and our influence on the ocean. Ocean literacy is part of this regional bureau hosted here in Venice, and it works closely with the science, culture, and education teams, specifically within our region, and with other UNESCO experts and partners owing to its global mandate. A new Ocean Decade Coordination Office focused on ocean literacy, quote-unquote, connecting people and ocean, will soon be established here in Venice at the Regional Bureau for Science and Culture in Europe. The Coordination Office, as I said, will be in Palazzo Zorzi in Venice, and it is a result within the framework of the renewed partnership between UNESCO and the Prada Group, as announced last June during the IOC General Assembly in Paris. These programs are central to the work of this regional bureau, whose goal is to facilitate the advancement of the overall UNESCO program through specialized as well as interdisciplinary action. When it comes to advancing cooperation in education, the sciences, culture, communication, and information, the stakes have never been higher. Societies across the world face rising pressures of change, and the international community is constantly meeting new challenges. Global challenges require global solutions, as well as a multidisciplinary, holistic approach to engage actors across all levels and disciplines. Knowledge and education have the power to transform the future of both individuals and societies, and to act as the foundation for human development. Our efforts must include young people, not only for their insight, but also because they provide an active role in discussions, resulting in decision-making. Recognizing their creativity, their innovation, and capacity to make happen change in the world is crucial. And the UN firmly believes that young people are the actors, leaders, and partners of the future. UNESCO is committed to accompanying them in the decision-making process for a water-secure world. We need concerted, collective action to achieve water security for all. I would like to conclude by mentioning some recent examples, and I mean recent, of such action. Last month, an urgent appeal to action on water scarcity was made by the city of Venice, together with this regional bureau and other partners, during the Water Resource from the Dolomites to the Sea 2023 edition. This event was held at Rifugio Galassi. Water experts, early career professionals, which means young people, policymakers and stakeholders discussed best practices to collaborate towards sustainable water resource management with a source-to-sea approach. Along the Rifugio Galassi event, which was presented during the UN 2023 Water Conference in New York as a scalable source-to-sea case study, was also the Kindergarten of the Lagoon project. Another example, from January to June this year, the Kindergarten project involved preschool children in a first outdoor education experience. 120 kids from 6 schools, from Venice, Lido, Giudecca, Mestre, and Marghera, discovered the importance of their Venetian lagoon, its key role as a transitional ecosystem between land and sea, and how they, as future citizens and policymakers, can make a difference in its preservation and its impact in the world. This is a pilot project, which is meant to be repeated worldwide. These examples and other case studies from the Southeast Europe and the Mediterranean will be showcased next October during the high-level Source-to-Sea regional dialogue that will be held here in Venice. On this occasion, innovative solutions and projects related to water resource management will be put forward by 14 member states. In Venice, there will be representatives from Albania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Greece, Malta, Montenegro, Republic of Moldova, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, North Macedonia, and Turkey, with the intention of the adoption of a source-to-sea approach for the region. These are just a few of examples of these initiatives that have been promoted by this office here, taking on water cooperation, not to mention the many other examples worldwide that are promoted by my colleagues at headquarters and many other regional bureaus around the world. I'd like to conclude by saying that capitalizing on its convening power, UNESCO can bring together local, regional, national, and global stakeholders to partner and collaborate towards a water-secure world. And I thank you for your time and attention.